What's up, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today we've got something for you straight from eBay. We got some pay dirt from AU Alchemist. We're checking out the Outlaw Secret Stash Gold Pay Dirt. So don't go anywhere. We're going to crack this baby open and see what's inside. We'll be right back.
Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Hand in the water, fingers in the mud. Buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade. Hustling through the silence, riches to be made. Big Daddy digging deep into the vein.
All right, welcome back. So, like I said, I got a little something for you today. Found it on the eBay. AU Alchemist. He's taken some steps towards fancying up his offerings. A lot of new cool design, imagery. Really rocking that AI on the logos and stuff. But he has this out there, and I picked up a bag. It is the Outlaw Secret Stash Gold Pay Dirt. I paid $54 for it. I'll throw up the description here for you so you can read along with me. Show you what the thing looked like. Boom, right there. $54.99, free shipping. They say Outlaw never left a map, just buried gold, silver, and secrets deep in the hills. Now you got a chance to uncover it. Introducing the Outlaw Secret Stash Gold Pay Dirt, limited edition bag, unsearched gold bearing material with added gold, and something even rarer, chance to uncover small gold and silver bullion bars stashed in random bags, just like the legends say. Pay dirt is gritty, rich in black sand and heavies, and loaded with the kind of wealth that whispers of the Wild West outlaws and hidden treasure troves. Whether you're panning for fun or hoping to strike it big, this is a gold rush with an outlaw twist. What you will find inside is one bag of the Outlaw Stash, added gold, flakes, finds, pickers, added silvers, chance to find the silver and gold bullion, and sands, and hand-packed with care and story by AU Alchemist. Now, it doesn't give me a minimum here. We like to add funds. Some things you might find are extra, gold specimens in host rock, extra pay dirt, gold nuggets weighing a half gram up to 2 grams, silver jewelry, silver shot, old vintage stamps, paper money, just a whole bunch of miscellaneous things. So this is going to be a fun bag to go through. Now, like it said, $55 basically, no shipping, got it to me. And there we go. So, let's crack this bag open. Shipped to me here with the USPS flat rate bubble pack. No extra kind of protection past that. Just the AU Alchemist and the gold, the big gold bag, the 3-pound bag of pay dirt. Now I feel some big chunks in here, so let's head over here to the bench, get out some classifiers, shake this out, and see what's all going on in here. So, kind of excited. Let's get to it. All right, we're here on the bench. Let's get a little bit of light on down here, lighten it up a little bit more. And we're gonna crack this bag open. It is nice and heat sealed, so no chance of it busting open. So it did come without any additional packaging. The zip is zipped. And there we go. Right off the bat, I see a little bit of silver. Some big chunks of stuff in there. All right, let's pour this out. There we go. Let's raise you guys up a little bit. And that's what we got. There's our pay dirt. So can't really tell what's in there at this point, but I definitely already saw a little bit of silver. And there's some big chunks of something in there. And I guess we'll find out what that is right now, because we're going to shake it out and classify it all up. Now, as always, we're going to speed this part along. And just, so y'all don't fall asleep. And I'm not trying to make an hour-long video. So we're going to speed along and shake things up, shake things out. And we'll be right back when this dirt's all ready to run.
Black sand whispers down a river trail. Gold alchemist hand pad, sharp as a nail. Silver glance like a secret in the sun. Heavy with the weight of stories left undone. Outlaw pay dirt. Told. Outlaw pay dirt, strike it rich or fall. The stash is calling, dig up the soul.
All right, welcome back. So we sifted it all out, and here's what we wound up with. This is all the material that was up above 1/4 inch. There's a couple big chunks of... Oh, I see it now. It's like a serpentine, I think. A big old chunk of serpentine. Once it dries up, you'll be able to see the green a lot better. Another one, I think. That was pretty cool looking. But then this big piece of, was it corundum? Corundum? The stuff rubies are made out of. It seems like it's two pieces like wedged together. Glued together. Just the way it formed. But really cool. There could be some gold specimens in here. I'm going to have to go through it a little bit more meticulously. I'm not seeing anything at a glance. Maybe I'll run the metal detector over it or the pinpointer to see if it chirps at all. We'll see. Maybe I might just wait for it to dry out and I'll run it through the crusher. There's another cool little smooth rock. Not sure what that is. All right. Now for the pay dirt, the stuff that really matters. Here we got the 10. Not a whole lot of this stuff here, just up above that first lip. Now here in the 10s, we do see a lot of silver shot. And I think I'm going to spread it out and kind of try to pick out as much of the silver as I can before running it down the sluice, because I don't know how well it'll get held up on the sluice, and I'd like this not to just, go off into tailings. There's actually a fairly decent amount of silver in here. Every time you move it, you can just see a bunch of little glistening. Oh, I think I found some gold. Yeah. Thought that was gold. It's like mica. Anyways, a lot of silver in here. I have not seen any gold yet, but I'm sure as I'm picking out the silver, I'm bound to come across something here and there. Next down, we got the plus 20. About the same amount of material there as we saw in the 10. Down here, we'll also hit it with the magnet just to see what kind of things we can see. Not a whole lot of magnetics there, just a little bit to contend with. Should be pretty easy. Also not seeing much by way. Oh, there's one little piece of silver shot in there. So not as much in here as in the larger, so I'm not going to spend the time really going through this. You know, if I see a piece, maybe I'll grab it like I did just right there. Put it on the side. But I won't do that on camera because that'll take all day. All right. Finally, we got our plus and sub 40. The material is a little bit damp, so I didn't feel like fighting to try to get the sub 40 separated out. Together, it's the sand, and that's fine. And there you go. That's our sand, a nice amount of that, and I assume this is where the majority of our gold's going to be found, right here in the sand level, because I haven't seen any anywhere else. So I'm hoping all the gold's there and is easily recoverable. As far as magnetics go here, still, wow. Surprisingly not much. There's nothing really there. That's it. So it said there's black sands. So if there is black sands, they're not the magnetic kind. But we'll see. We'll see. I think we're just dealing with some of this stuff crushed up, which is just dark sand. But all right, let's get this wet. Well, let me separate the silver out first. Then we'll get everything wet, and we'll run it down the sluice. All right, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We got the sluice ready to go. The dirt is all wetted up, and I'm ready to run. So, here we go. We're gonna fire it up, get some water flowing. All right, as always, we're gonna speed things along once again. Run this dirt, and we'll be right back when we got our gold.
Flakes and fines in a miner's dream. Pickers shining through the black sand stream. Bullion bars like ghosts might appear. A stash of silver to keep the legend near. Every grain a whisper, every find a roar. Dig deeper, there's always more. Outlaw pay dirt, outlaw gold. Secrets buried deep, legends never told. Outlaw pay dirt, strike it rich or full. The stash is calling, dig up the soul. Digging down to the bones of the earth. Each handful holds its weight in worth.
All right, welcome back. We got that dirt all cleaned up, and we're ready to head over to the sluice. Let's take a look at what we found. definitely seeing some little gold speckles in there, and all sorts of other colors as well. Lots of heavies, maybe a little bit of silver. There's a little chunky chunk right there. But all right, let's get this pulled out, cleaned up, and let's get our gold. All right, don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Silver to honor the ones who rode. Gold for the heart that never sold.
All right, and there you go. Right there, there's your gold, baby. Nice little chunky chunks and a few little itty bitties mixed in there as well. Looking pretty nice. They are getting a little bit floaty, so I'm going to get what I got here for now and then clean up back here because I did see a couple flakes that kind of scurried away. But once I do that, we'll get everything all dried up and we'll be right back with my final words. No, we'll be right back with the weigh out. All right, see you in a minute. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up and ready to weigh out. So let's fire up the scale. There we go. All right, now let's find out how much gold we found. Hit that tare to zero everything out. All right, 0.381 of a gram of gold, so just a little bit over a quarter gram. Make sure none of this gold is magnetic. And it seems like a little bit might be. So that's going to say it's either really high iron. Look at that. Kind of weird. Probably really high in iron, I would guess. So it's definitely not going to be your pure gold. .381. So we'll lock that in right there. 0.381. In addition to the gold, we also got some silver, some shots, silver shot. We can go ahead and weigh that out while we're here. All right, 3.35. Grams of silver, 3.449, close enough. So not bad. A few grams of silver. .383 of a gram of gold. Give or take some pieces that want to magnetic away. All right. We'll take a few pictures of this up close and personal so you can see it up close and personal and get your opinion on it. And then we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. AU Alchemist, Gold Alchemist. Found them on eBay. We got the Outlaw Secret Stash Gold Paydirt. Unsearched material, added gold, etc., etc. Let's talk about the dirt and then we'll get to the gold. The dirt was all, pretty nice dirt. It was all looked like kind of like river gravels. Not a lot of topsoil, not any topsoil really. The material itself was pretty nice. There was a couple inclusions, gifts in there. The ruby, the raw, little cool trash ruby, some serpentine, all of that cool and all well. There was some silver in there as well. That was pretty cool as well. But overall, the dirt was the dirt. There was a good amount of it. Nice 3 pounds or so. Big bag. So that was all really cool. No complaints there. Pretty easy to go through. There was not a lot of magnetics in it. Not really much, if any at all. Except, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But overall, everything was pretty easy to go through, and just a little bit of a challenge. Some heavy black sands at the end there, and that was that. Got the gold, and so let's talk about the gold. The gold itself is all really dirty. Some of it's so dirty that I feel like there's some iron in it. Maybe some iron oxide, some iron. So there's definitely some magnetics embedded in it. Or it's just not actually gold. It's with the gold, it sticks with the gold, and it's got that color. But it's also got a really grayish tint to it. And some of these pieces, even the really bright pieces, are a little bit magnetic. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. I'll probably hit it with the torch again just for shits and giggles. But I'm guessing there's an amount in there that isn't just straight up gold. Or this is all just really low grade gold. Given that, I really don't even want to mix this in with the rest of my gold. So, I mean, if you're okay with that, then I guess that's cool. But this is kind of I'm not really too impressed with that. The amount was all right. And I'm going to give it credit as though it was all nice, clean gold. But it's definitely not. To a point that I'm noticing it. Usually that's not an issue. I expect the gold quality to waver a little bit. We just go with 24K. But looking at this stuff, some of it's really, really, really silvery, grayish. And again, some of it's actually magnetic. So, really kind of iffy grade gold there. Blah, blah, blah. So I'd have to maybe figure out how much of it's actually gold to give you a true ROI. We're going to go with the standard, what we normally do to math it out here right now just to get through the video. But I just really want to point out that this is not bright yellow gold. This is grayish gold that has a little bit of magnetism to it. Take that for what you will. Let's put up the numbers. We paid $55 for this bag of dirt. We found 0.381 gram of gold. That has a today value of $38.92, and for that we're going to call it. Well, there was also some silver, and the silver was probably the cleanest thing in there, and that had some value as well. Of $5.20, taking a total value of $44, giving us an ROI of around 80%. If you're being really generous about the gold. And I know I'm going to get some comments in the comments about that. And you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. I had a good time going through the dirt. But the gold is a little bit disappointing. It's dirty as hell, and it's magnetic. And, I mean, maybe this is just the natural gold he's getting out of the ground. And, that's fine if it is. But, I don't know. It's hard to really say how much is actual gold and how much is just slag. Maybe that shouldn't be put in pay dirt. Maybe that should just be melted down. I don't know. I had a good time going through it, but I think maybe the price could be adjusted for the fact that the gold is pretty low quality, and it would then be a really fun bag. The seller may be trying to get a little bit too much out of this gold. That being said, I did have a good time going through it, and everything else about this dirt was pretty right on. A good amount of dirt, some nice simple inclusions, not overwhelming, not jelly beans and bullshit, and then some silver. The silver obviously is not natural, but you know what? It was still fun to pick out of the dirt. So I'll give them that. That's a plus and a bonus. Everything else was good. It was just that gold is kind of, I guess you do with what you can, do what you can work with, but overall, whatever. Some people will be really happy with it, not thinking or knowing any better. I'm a little bit more skeptical, but overall, it is what it is. You take from this with what you will. I'm gonna throw it at an 80% with an asterisk on it. Little asterisk on it. $38 ish is what the gold we're gonna call it, but even that's gonna have an asterisk on it. So he's got some other products. Maybe if the gold on those is cleaner, it'd be better to check those out. I don't know. Myself, I probably wouldn't be picking up again from the Outlaw Secret Stash. I think let's keep it a secret. But I think my last time I got his dirt, it was all right. I guess we'll have to check back in the future and see if things get better or worse. But for now, the Outlaw, put that boy behind bars. You're done. All right. I'll still leave a link down below to his eBay store if you want to check out some of his other dirts. But otherwise, don't forget to check me out, Backyard Prospecting, backyardprospecting.com. Check out the Prospector Shop for gear and stuff that I sell, pay dirt and other things. And don't forget to check out the Swag Shop for sweet backyard prospecting swag that you can wear out to the river and keep yourself warm through the winter months. All right. That's all I got for you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. And yeah, that's it. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace.